Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, good evening, everybody. I'm going to call the August 5th, 2026 Special City Council meeting to order. Time is 6:03. Madam Clerk, when you are ready, will you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Melly Garthwaite is absent. Councilman Peter Rivera is absent. Councilman Sean Ronan.
Here.
Councilwoman Ann Heffernan.
Here.
Councilwoman Nancy Tagliatella.
Councilwoman Nancy Tagliatella, 2nd District present.
Councilwoman Sarah Akbarelli is absent. Councilman Gary Donovan.
Councilman Gary Donovan, 4th District, present.
Councilman Edward McMillan.
Councilman Edward McMillan, 5th District, present.
Councilwoman Dawn Callahan.
Councilman Dawn Callahan, 6th District present.
Councilwoman Catherine Tucker is absent. Councilman David Beaton.
Councilman David Beaton, 9th District, present.
Councilman Ronald Quagliani.
Ron Quagliani, 10th District, present.
And Chairman Christopher Vargo.
Chairman Christopher Vargo, 8th District, present.
We have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'm going to save your voice and I will read the notice into the record.
Thank you.
Notice is hereby given that in accordance with Rule 4.5 of the Rules of Procedure of the City Council, Chairman Christopher Vargo Jr. has called a special meeting of the West Haven City Council to be held at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, August 5th, 2026, in the City Council Chambers, 3rd floor, 355 Main Street, West Haven, Connecticut. The purpose of this special meeting is as follows: deliberations and action on charter revision ballot questions. All right, folks, we have one job and one job only this evening, and that is to approve the ballot questions for the charter. That way everybody else can do their work. And then very quickly, I just want to go over afterwards what, if any, educational session meetings we want to have and what those will look like. But I want to do that after we get to the questions. Earlier today, I had sent over proposed language that was crafted by Councilman Rivera, specifically with respect to the omnibus question number 1 that was circulated over the weekend. And if you did not have an opportunity to take a look at it before you got here today, copies are in front of you. The document, the number 1 up top, is the original question that was drafted by council. And then the 2 shorter ones are drafted by Councilman Rivera. And I believe, Attorney Cassini, that you and Attorney Mednick reviewed these and said that functionally they will work.
Yes.
They need a little bit of tweaking, but by and large, it covers what we're looking to do.
Yes, if your body determines that you would like parenthetical references to the portions of the charter, we can fit those in. And I think it would still be shorter than version number 1 that was prepared by Attorney Mednick.
I'm going to give everybody a second just to read over all the options. Terry Cassini, for Councilman Rivera's proposals, do you see any advantage to either of the 2 options? It looks like it's just, the verbiage is just a little bit different, but it seems like they accomplish the same thing.
They're effectively the same thing.
I will open it up. Does anybody have an opinion? Councilwoman Heffernan. Sure. Microphone.
Is this the order in which they will appear?
Question number 1, I believe, is going to be the omnibus question, the large catch-all. Question number 2, I think we were talking about having the 4-year term for mayor and city clerk. And then question number 3, if we separate out the VIA question, that would be the 3rd question.
You don't think you think the mayor question, the 4-year term, is the number 2 question?
That's up to discussion. I don't really have a
No.
preference either way. I think it probably is the one that's going to draw the people's eyes closest.
I just thought it should be number 1. That's the biggest, I think it's the biggest change.
Mm-hmm. Functionally, probably it's right. Councilman Donovan?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Councilwoman Heffernan. Especially if we left this first question in, we're going to lose people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just not, they may not, might end up saying screw it. So I think that question number 2 should be number 1. out of these three, again, keeping things as short and sweet as possible with the most information, is that third option there, the or, should, I like that third option better. And make that question number 2. And then number 3 should be, we can leave that as is if we want to keep that in there.
How does everybody feel about having the VIA be a separate question instead of incorporated into the main question?
I know a lot of people want it separate, so I guess we'll go, that's fine.
Okay.
I just didn't want to have 8 questions, that's just too much.
Councilman Quagliani, then Councilman Callahan, and then Councilman McMillan.
Do we vote on these one at a time?
You should first vote on the language that you want, and then you can vote on proposals of what order they would appear in. You may even have discussion on if any of them should be broken out or collapsed. You're not stuck to only 3 right now because you haven't finalized, but today is your last day to work on this.
Okay.
All right. So for question number 1, I'd like to make a motion for, shall the charter be revised to create a 4-year term for mayor and town and city clerk starting in the 2027 municipal election, Article 2, small c, 1.
I'd like to second.
I have a first from Councilman Quagliani and a second from Councilwoman Heffernan. This is on the 4-year term as drafted. Any further discussion?
And that is to be, the motion was to make it question number 1, right?
Yes.
And to have that be the first question on the ballot. Councilman Donovan.
I just want to say I concur. I agree. I think that's the proper thing to do.
I hate to be a stickler. Can you pick that you want to vote on the language and then pick that you want or move that you want it to be the first question that appears on the
Separate
ballot?
them out?
Sure.
I rescind my second.
One at a time
Sure. Okay.
instead of a compound motion like that?
If it's cleaner for the record,
Yeah.
That's
Just
not a problem.
amend it.
All right. So I,
Just
oh,
amend it.
I can amend it?
Amend it, sure.
All right. So I amend the motion. So it should state for one of the questions, shall the charter be revised to create a 4-year term for the mayor, town, and city clerk starting in 2027 municipal election, Article 2, 2C1.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilwoman Heffernan. So this is just putting on the ballot the question about the 4-year term for city clerk and mayor as drafted. Any further discussion? Councilman Donovan?
Yeah, sorry, I know I'm a pain in the butt. I did have a question. Why does it have to say town and city clerk? We're no longer a town.
The technical title for the position is town.
Technical title for the position is town and city clerk.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
All right, then. Yeah, no,
You're good?
I'll go with that wording, yep.
Councilman McMillan? Did you have anything else? You're good? Councilman Callahan, did you have anything else?
We need microphones.
We were still commenting on the or that's coming up next.
The order is going to be the final vote.
Okay, so I'm in agreement with Councilman Donovan and Councilman Heffernan that it should be first.
Okay.
Yep, and the verbiage is fine.
Any further discussion? Again, this is a motion just on the language. Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Will somebody make a motion on the question regarding the Village Improvement Association?
I make the motion
As drafted?
as drafted.
I have a motion from Councilman Beaton to adopt the language, shall the charter be revised to replace Chapter 20 Village Improvement Association with clearer provisions governing the public library's operation by a third-party nonprofit, including its responsibilities, budget obligations, and accountability standards owed to the city, Article 567, Section 10. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Ronan. Further discussion? Councilman McMillan?
Just concerned, does this question, did we vote that we wanted this to be on the ballot, or is that what we're getting ready to do?
We're doing that now.
Okay.
Councilman Callahan?
I just find it a little confusing. I didn't know until recently what the Village Improvement Association was, so I don't know if people are going to be confused about that in relation to the library. I just think the verbiage is a little confusing. I don't know if everybody else feels the same. Is it clear in that to everyone else that it's the library?
Shall the charter be revised to replace Chapter 20 Village Improvement Association with clearer provisions governing the public library's operation by a third-party nonprofit? would it make sense after the word nonprofit, parentheses, the VIA, to make it crystal clear that the VIA is the third party nonprofit?
I think.
Would that help?
I think it would help. Does anybody else?
How does everybody else feel?
Not knock. I mean, maybe I've been here longer. I know what it was. The Village Improvement Association was only because I've been here.
Right, but do you think the
Probably
voting population does?
I don't know if the voting population.
I mean, if it's
I
going to
think
be
they're
on
only
there.
going to be concerned with one of the questions out of these, to be honest with you. But once it's stated in with the library, they'll understand it. And I think a lot of the people in Allentown understand the Village Approved because they've been involved with the library as well. But
That's just me. So.
I don't think there's, I mean, just my personal opinion, I don't think there's harm in just putting a parenthetical in there, nonprofit, the VIA. That way it links all of it together. Councilman Quagliani?
Yeah, I mean, I would do that only because if I'm reading this, there's nothing that says to me that, well, they're not exclusively saying the VIA. They're saying that any third party nonprofit could run the library, and that's clearly not our intention, right? Our intention is to have the VIA continue to run the library. So to Councilwoman Callahan's point, I think adding that Village Improvement Association language after third party nonprofit makes sense.
I'll amend my original motion to include that.
And Ronan, you want to amend your second?
Attorney Cassini, is Village Improvement Associations in quotes, I don't have the full charter in front of me. Is that the current title of chapter 20?
It is, but if you want it to be clear without people needing to reference Article 7 or Chapter 20 at all, we can include, as we would in contractual language, that the Village Improvement Association is also known as the VIA, and then also slot it in after the words third-party nonprofit.
You read my
If we were
mind?
drafting a contract, that's what it would look like.
Village Improvement Association.
Right.
Also known as.
So the question would be, shall the charter be revised to replace Chapter 20, Village Improvement Association, also known as the VIA, with clearer provisions governing the public library's operation by a third-party nonprofit, parentheses, the VIA, close parentheses, including its responsibilities, budget obligations, and accountability standards owed to the city, Article 7, Section 10.
I'll make that motion.
Motion from Councilman Beaton. Councilman Ronan, do you still second?
Second.
Second from Ronan. Any further discussion? Councilman Heffernan?
I'm sorry. Attorney Cassini,
Yes.
do you have any idea? I know I asked this question before, and you said you don't like the word.
I better answer it the same way I answered it last time.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I asked you if each question was exponentially more expensive, and you said you don't use the word exponentially except for
Right,
your
that's
billing.
not a mathematical word. That's a theoretical word.
Well,
The
an
more we
exponent-
have, the
an
more
exponent
expensive it
is an actual mathematical term.
Sure, but the way you're using it, you mean what?
Is it multiplied by itself?
Is it-
Is it exponential?
Is it impactful in such a way that really is detrimental to the budget?
Exactly.
We've got, as far as the cost to print is what you
Yes.
mean, I don't think that it's going to be determined by the language in the referendum
And
questions.
the number of questions. I mean, if we have two or
No,
three.
that's not it. The taxes that everybody pays to the state will print up all those ballots.
Okay.
The cost that this incurs is really at the publication point,
Okay.
and that's with the much larger document that gets published.
It's not the actual ballot printing from the state.
No.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Okay, the floor is open for a motion on the omnibus question.
Motion.
Which one? We have a bunch of options.
Chairman?
The not or number
Hold on,
one
hold on,
or
hold on.
number.
Time out. You had a point of order. What's that?
Point of order, did we actually vote to have the question, we approve the verbiage, did we approve it to be a question?
Yes.
We only had one vote on that question.
You only need one vote on that because we voted on that the question's going to be on the ballot. At the end, we're going to have a final vote on the order of them.
Thank you. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. Councilman Callahan?
we're talking about this last one now?
Yes, the larger
Can we
question.
call them or number one or number two? I don't know how to. So if we're talking about it, I think or number two that I think Councilman Donovan talked about, the verbiage is more precise and clearer.
So the one that reads, should the city charter be updated to make city government clearer, more efficient, and more accountable? The changes would clarify the roles and powers of the mayor, city council, departments, boards, and commissions, establish ethics standards, improve budget oversight, make it easier to manage city boards and departments, and include other recommendations approved by the Charter Revision Commission and the city council. That's the one?
Correct.
Okay. Before I ask for a motion, Attorney Cassini, is
Yes.
there any adjustments to this question that you feel we should consider before we make a motion?
No,
So it's you think that's appropriate as is?
I think that that's fine.
I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I just want to make sure that we're covering everything.
On the record, I think that that's fine.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the verbiage for that omnibus question? Or Callahan, Councilman Callahan, do you want to make that motion? Okay, Councilman Callahan makes the motion.
Second.
I have a second from Councilwoman Tagliatella.
Discussion?
Councilman Quagliani.
Thank you. The only difference, well, not the only, there's difference in the verbiage, but the one thing that is in this number 3 is that it says establish ethics standards when number 2 says strengthen ethics and financial oversight. I mean, we do have ethical standards, so I don't want people to think that we don't have any currently, and the charter is gonna provide them. So I think I'd like to change the word to strengthen as opposed to what it says in number 3 as far as establish.
I agree with that, Chairman. That makes sense.
So
Good pickup there, Councilman.
do we want it? So I'm not sure it should say strengthen ethic or even ethical standards because that is imposed by an ordinance. Should we also change standards to oversight? Actually, maybe just take that whole 5 words, strengthen ethical and financial oversight. No, that's already in there for budget oversight, isn't it?
Just take improved budget oversight out.
So how's this? Should the city charter be updated to make city government clearer, more efficient, and more accountable? The changes would clarify the roles and powers of the mayor, city council, department, boards, and commissions, strengthen ethical and financial oversight, make it easier to manage city boards and departments, and include other recommendations approved by the Charter Revision Commission and city council. Does that sound better?
What number would that
It's a revision of it's a revision of the third on that list. it's or number 2. You have another idea?
I think your wording is fine, but as you go down to where it says make it easier to manage city boards and departments, I don't know. How about strengthen management of city boards and departments? I mean, make it easier. I don't know if it's, to me, that's a subjective word.
The language in option B that Councilman Rivera put forth says simplify how city boards and departments are managed.
I personally like Councilman Quagliani's suggestion. Yes.
Mike.
Can we move the motion on the floor? Or we keep it up with discussion? We're talking about a totally different subsection now.
No, we're talking about amending the language.
And Attorney Cassini's talking about going to 2.
I'm just highlighting that there is language that speaks to what Councilman Quagliani mentioned that's already been proposed by one of the council members.
So then the suggested language is should the city charter be updated to make city government clearer, more efficient, and more accountable? The changes would clarify the roles and powers of the mayor, city council, departments, boards, and commissions, strengthen ethical and financial oversight, strengthen management of city boards and departments, and include other recommendations approved by the Charter Revision Commission and the City Council. That's the proposed amended language.
I'm just asking.
Somebody want to make the amended motion?
Read it again, please.
Should the city charter be updated to make city government clearer, more efficient, and more accountable, the changes would clarify the roles and powers of the mayor, city council, departments, boards, and commissions, strengthen ethical and financial oversight, strengthen management of city boards and departments, and include other recommendations approved by the Charter Revision Commission and City Council.
I don't like it. Too strengthened. Sorry.
How about, one second, how about instead of strengthen ethical financial oversight, we say improve ethical and financial oversight? And then strengthen management of boards and commissions. Would that work?
How about enhance?
Councilman Beaton?
Attorney Cassini, just a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Recommendations approved by Charter Vision Commission and City Council. Is that going to be on one of the texts that we send? What the other changes are?
So we've discussed, and this body has asked for myself and Attorney Bennick to create what I think Councilman Rivera called an explanatory text that will, in simplified terms, but in more detail than the referendum questions, explain what these things are, specifically getting into what includes other recommendations approved by. Those will be delineated in that explanatory text. It'll look a lot like the transmittal letters that went back and forth between the two bodies. That has a more easier, digestible format and has something more clean that you can follow from one document to the other.
Perfect, thank you.
Councilman Callahan?
I know that Councilman Heffernan says the strengthen twice. I agree with that. And my friend over here suggested, how about if we put as well as?
We could
As
do-
well as.
We could do that. I also like what Stacy had recommended is enhance ethical and financial oversight. And then we could say strengthen management of city boards and departments and then round it out. Does that sound good? I'll read it again.
Sorry, my fault.
Should the city charter be updated? Should the city charter be updated to make city government clearer, more efficient, and more accountable? The changes would clarify the roles and powers of the mayor, city council, departments, boards, and commissions, enhance ethical and financial oversight, strengthen management of city boards and departments, and include other recommendations approved by the Charter Revision Commission and City Council.
Motion to approve as read.
Okay, so I have a motion to amend. Do you move to amend?
I make a motion to amend as read.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman McMillan. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries.
Okay, now you may vote on which order you would like these to appear in, and I will reorder them on a final document that will capture exactly the work that was done here. And then I know you have other business you want to get to as well.
I have a motion to set the order as question number 1, the 4-year term, question number 2, the VIA, and question number 3, the omnibus question.
Motion.
Motion from Councilman Quagliani. Do I have a second? Second from Councilman Tagliatella. Discussion? Councilman Heffernan?
Are we putting the, I thought we were going to put the omnibus second question and then the VIA third. Is that not, that's not what you just said?
That's not what I said. Do you want to amend it?
Okay. I know, I was going to say, I thought, I don't know why I thought that we were just one was the mayor, and second was the omnibus. And I don't know. I don't have too strong a feeling about it. I just wanted to ask if that was what you meant.
No, it's the mayor. I won't say the mayor. The 4-year term, the VIA, and then the larger catch-all. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I abstain.
1 abstention. Motion carries. Attorney Cassini, are we all done?
Congratulations. Your work is complete. It was a long journey, and I told you at the beginning it would be, and I was right, it was. But this body and the other, you all worked extraordinarily hard with time that you don't have to give, and I appreciate, the mayor appreciates, I know the people of the town appreciate you spending the extra time here. In accordance with your ongoing desire to keep the people not only represented but informed, I know there had been questions about what can be done to get the word out. How do we actually explain this dense body of text and these kind of hyper-technical changes to the people that were asking to vote for it? So I know there were some questions about that, and there is at least that item left on your agenda tonight. I think this can be your last meeting on this, so we might as well stay as long as it takes to figure that out. You have commitment from the city, certainly from the mayor and from my office as well, to support you all in whatever you end up doing. And I'll just reiterate, we will make available here in the building any materials anybody wants to come get free of charge if they want to avail themselves of all the information, educate themselves as to the charter. Of course, we can let everybody know on social media of all the links that are available if somebody actually wants to watch all the hours and really dive deep. But they come out to the districts because they want to talk to you. They don't want to come talk to me in my office. So if you want to have events like that, I think you should have that conversation now, and we'll figure out what needs to be done to make sure it happens.
So my personal opinion is I was wrestling with the best option. I don't think having one in each district makes sense. I don't think we'll get turnout, and that's a big obligation on all 13 of us. Conversely, I also don't think that one large gathering here at City Hall or at West Haven High School is probably the best idea. For a couple of practical reasons, I don't know if we're going to get, again, everybody to come to one place at the same time. We may need to stagger them. And second, we need to make sure that we do not try to sway anybody's opinion on this document. It is, do you have a question on what's in it? And that way we can answer, factually what the change is. That way they can make an informed decision. My concern is that having all 13 of us sit here and having perhaps 13 different opinions, it may cause some confusion. I certainly don't want to speak for 13 people and have you just sit here, so I don't think that's appropriate either. So I'm thinking that we kind of lump I'm thinking that maybe we lump geographically some districts together and have kind of like a regional meeting. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 come together. No? You don't like that?
Not that I don't like it. I honestly, people don't know what district they're in. You'd be amazed. I'm not kidding you. I have somebody that asked me, they live on Campbell Avenue, the surf. What district am I? And no, so it's like, all right, it's always been, well, no, it used to be 1 and it's 2 and this and that. So I don't know if having it like that. I think just having it open to everybody, maybe doing a couple of them and telling, all right, we're doing it at this time, at this day, at this time. Next time we have to do it, maybe change the time a little bit or whatever, but just let people show and give them the 2 opportunity. I'm not saying have 5 or 6 of them. I would say 1 or 2 maybe, but that's just my opinion.
Councilman Ronan?
So I'm in concurrence with Councilman Donovan. That was going to be my suggestion, is have maybe 3 events or even just 2 events. And it's open to someone from the 10th district, someone from the 1st district, someone from the 5th district. Doesn't matter, you're a city resident. Come and speak and become educated on it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if we need to do,
my comment was more of like just the venue location.
Understood.
So I'm in agreement. I don't think that we should say, okay, you're in District 8 and this is a District 4, 5, 6, 7 event. You can't go. I think that would be ridiculous. But I'm thinking just venue location. Let's try to find something that's centrally located in 3 areas to make things easier for people to get to.
High school.
Councilman Heffernan?
The police station was where my coffee hour was. It was really well attended.
Yeah. Councilman McMillan?
I was going to suggest I'm in agreement with Councilman Ronan and Councilman, I know your last name, Gary Donovan. I'm just wondering, would it be possible or feasible to perhaps just say the high school and perhaps just do 2 different dates, regardless of your district? Just come to the high school. For the most part, the people that want to be involved or have questions will show. I mean, I am not opposed to having something in the 4th, 5th, 6th district, 7th, excuse me. I just don't know whether we're going to get participation. Let just say we're going to have, these are 2 dates, 3 dates, West Haven High School. This is the topics we're going to be discussing. An hour, hour and a half, and be done with it.
All right, so how about this for a suggestion? I can check with the Board of Education to see if we could have 2 or 3 days for the West Haven High cafeteria to be available to us. We'll stagger the dates.
Cafeteria?
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to get the turnout to have in the auditorium, and I don't really like sitting on the stage.
Lecture hall?
No, but I mean, the acoustics, is that going to be okay in the cafeteria?
Probably depends on how many people show. Yeah, well, I can see what's available. And I'll see what's available. I definitely want it out to have them after the explanatory text is available and has been distributed. And I know that that's slated to be at the end of this month. And Attorney Cassini, when is the publication of the document slated to be?
I don't know that we have a date set, but it has to be at least 60 days in advance of the election. So we're talking about a month.
So that's the end of September.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So you'll have a little more than a month to pull this together and pull off if you're trying to do it before anything is sent. Of course, they don't have to, the electors won't vote until November, so they may not begin to inform themselves about it until October. Your timing may be better if it's in October sometime.
Right. So it may make sense for me to get the availability of West Haven High in October and first or second week of November. See what's available. I'll circulate it to everybody, and whoever can show can come. It's not a. Oh, when's the election's what, the 7th? For some reason I thought it was later. Yeah, I think it's the 7th. You're right. So it would be either 2 in October or the first day of November. Okay.
Also see if Malloy School will be done by then.
Yeah.
Maybe hold something, one there, one at the high school.
Okay. All right, so basically what I'm gathering is that we're going to have probably 2 events, have them be centralized, everybody can come. It's not a meeting, so we don't need a quorum. So council members, whoever's available, please come. If you're not available, we understand.
In the explanatory texts that are going out, it will be made, our constituents will be made aware, correct, that this is not I don't want this question, because the questions, the revision is completed. I just want to make sure they understand that we're not changing anything. I'm not sure what's going out, but that is some verbiage that will probably be listed there. I mean, I know they're going to want to ask questions.
Well, yeah, what you're talking about is really an explainer that helps explain the ballot. This isn't asking for them to vote on which questions will be the referendum.
Right.
This is asking them to answer the questions that are the referendum. You all did that first part that I just mentioned right now. Election day is 11/3/2026.
Wow. All right, so we need early October and mid to late October.
I just want to make sure they understand. It's not a back and forth or that there's questions.
No, it won't be a back and forth to help formulate the questions or determine what is on the ballot. And I know Chairman Vargo said it, I'll reiterate. Crucially important in whatever interaction you have, whether it's a formal setting or even just in line at the Cumberland Farms, that we stay away from advocating for or against one or more of the questions. Certainly, in the official format of a sit-down meeting, we just want to have information. Now, if you want to make your position known, of course, you're perfectly entitled to do so. But if someone's asking you to explain what it was or what your role was or the process, how we got here, that's a perfect example of somebody just trying to educate themselves on the process and what is this whole thing. I think Councilman Donovan is right. there may be very few people that really understand that this is even happening, let alone what it is. And it's a great opportunity for you to fill them in on the work that you do on their behalf. But you have to be very careful if you start to pick and choose about which ones you like and which you don't, how you communicate that.
Councilman Beaton?
Chairman Vargo, were you able to ascertain the costs of a mass rollout with this?
A mass mailing?
Yep.
No. I'll make a note. But in what sense?
We had mentioned that we were going to send out a mass mailing
Like a postcard?
regarding.
Yes.
We had kind of informally discussed, like, when our tax bills were going out, the administration mailed out information regarding, the taxes, increases, decreases, what happened, and how we got where we are with reevaluation. And we had talked about, what that cost was, and could we slide it over to, let's see what it costs to put that out, and see if we can't do the same thing for an educational mailing on charter revision.
I made a note. I will do that this week.
Mr. Chairman.
Councilman Quagliani?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree if it's in an envelope, but if it's not an envelope and it's just a postcard, I don't think it's worth it because we're going to be our mailboxes are already loaded with those, and I think it would get lost just prior to election day, with all the governor's race and whatnot. So I wouldn't do a postcard, and maybe we should consider. I get the high school; it's a big venue; it's going to cost money. Maybe either wherever it is, it should be streamed, right? So people could listen when they want to listen and not listen when they don't want to listen, as opposed to having to come someplace. But I mean, the Harriet North Room has proven in the past to be more capacity than we needed. So I'm just trying to be a little conscious of the cost.
If you do all get together, if there's a critical mass of you that gets together to talk city business, that is a meeting, right? I think the idea of having it accessible is a good point. Thank you for raising that. I also think that coming out of that, you may consider writing down the questions that you get and posting the questions and the answers for others to review if they don't have an opportunity to make it to that event or if they don't know that it's happening. Suffice to say, if one of the electors is asking, it's probably more than one who's thinking about that question. To the extent that you have questions and answers collected, maybe you want to post that as well.
So, Terry Cassini, you just raised an interesting question on the FOI issue. Part of the reason why I was thinking of having these as and separate venues across the city and keeping the council representation smaller is exactly that. If we have 7 council members under the FOI, it's technically a meeting. It's got to be noticed. There has to be minutes.
That's right.
So if we do that in one location, whether it's City Hall or the high school, I have to notice it as a meeting.
If you did it on a barge in the harbor and 7 of you are together, that's a meeting.
Okay. So then I have to notice it. We have to
have agenda,
the whole
minutes,
the whole shebang.
Just like a regular meeting that we have here.
Or have one person go and speak for everybody. Just saying.
Or 3 people.
Or have less than 7 people.
Of 6 people there. Okay.
Yeah, three would not trigger a meeting. No.
Right. Okay. All right. I got it.
Just to say, it's not the content of the agenda that decides if it is or isn't requiring FOIA compliance, right? It's simply that you all are together in one moment and talking business. Not all of you, just enough of you.
We already know that Councilman Donovan is going to be absent.
I'll be in the audience, keeping everybody at bay if you'd like. I wouldn't be in the meeting, but
You're going to be the bouncer.
I'll be there to answer questions in the audience if that's the case.
You can be the bouncer. All right.
I'll be there.
I have, yes, Councilman Callahan.
There is the smaller auditorium room to the right that you can stream in. That we did we had the meeting for the small businesses, how to fill out the application for the fronts of the buildings. So that's another option too, besides cafeteria, and it's smaller. You can stream. It has good acoustics, and it fits a lot of people.
Okay.
So it's just and it's a very Pam Gardner.
It's the Pam Gardner.
Accessible right from the parking lot.
Yeah, the light
Yeah.
show. Okay. All right. I will circulate some questions to folks that maintain the calendar, see what's available. I will reach out to everybody, and we could schedule that. Again, we're looking at sometime in October, at least one, possibly two, throughout the month of October. I want to just say really quick how grateful and proud I am of every single one of you. It was not ideal to do this project right after the budget. I know that I asked a lot of you. I know that you all wanted to skin me alive sometimes. But in all seriousness, I said this to the CRC, 18 months of work in 18 weeks, on top of the budget, on top of everything else that we have on our plates, on top of your lives. Thank you for committing yourselves to this process. Thank you for being partners with me and being patient and doing a heck of a job. I'm immensely proud of the work and the document. Terry Cassini, you and Terry Medic were spectacular to work with. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I'll speak for the mayor as well. Many people at the state level and other towns told her it's not possible, and she's told me that she told them it's possible in West Haven. I believe that we would get it done. I wasn't sure how much of it would get done. There are a number of changes that are here, many of them substantive, some of them clerical, but still they all took time. And you set a record as far as I know, as far as Attorney Medic can recall. No one's been able to do this much in as little time. So that impacts his bottom line, I'm sure, when other towns see that it may be able to get done in 4.5 months. And it may never happen again, but I commend you all, as I did the commission, for taking it as seriously as you did. And of course, you all have much more to do than anybody else does in this building, in addition to your lives. So I thank you for the commitment and for following through and keeping updated on this so that every time we did meet, we could move forward instead of rehashing. Well done.
And all I have to say is that's how Westies get it done. Everybody, thank you. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
6:44. Good night.
I have one question. Will you be taking us all to Break Wall for dinner?